So yesterday we were taking a polynomial function and factoring it to figure out what the x-intercepts were so that we could put it on the graph. Today we're going to look at the x-intercepts and go backwards and write the function. So we'll go through exactly what these directions mean, kind of piece by piece as we go through it. It says write a polynomial function f of least degree that has a leading coefficient of 1 and the given zeros. One thing we haven't really talked about yet is this word zeros, which sometimes is spelled with an E and sometimes not. I honestly don't know which way is correct. But zeros is the same as solutions. And both of those words mean the same thing as x-intercepts. In the math world, we use these three words interchangeably. All three words mean the same thing. So yesterday, we factored the polynomial and then found the x-intercepts. So now I'm going to tell you if this was 0 equals, and I got a solution of -4, where would that have come from in the polynomial? How would we have gotten a solution of -4? In the parentheses, we would have had x plus 4. A solution of 2 would come from x minus 2, and a solution of 5 would come from x minus 5. So this was the factored form. They want the full polynomial, like x cubed, blah, 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 blah. So we need to multiply this out. I would suggest that you multiply 2 of these binomials together, then multiply the third binomial into that. So if we multiplied x minus 2 and x minus 5 together, we would get x squared minus 5x minus 2x plus 10. So that's x squared minus 7x plus 10. That's the result of double distributing that. We still have x plus 4 in front, so now we need to double distribute again to get our full expanded answer. So x times x squared is x to the third. X times -7x is -7x squared. X times 10 is 10x. 4 times x squared is 4x squared. 4 times -7x is -28x. And 4 times 10 is 40. Combining our like terms, we've got x cubed, -7x squared, and 4x squared will give us -3x squared. 10x and -28x, that would be -18x, and plus 40. Write a polynomial function f. That means we want this answer to be f of x equals, that's just the name of the function, of least degree. The degree of this is 3. If your degree is 3, you have 3 potential solutions. Here's those 3 solutions. They're saying don't multiply an extra x in there just to have extras in there. You don't want one of these to be like x squared plus 4 or x squared minus 2, because that would give you extra solutions that you don't need. Leading coefficient of 1, we could multiply all of this by 2, and we could have 2x cubed minus 6x squared minus 36x plus 80. But why would you go to the work to do that? You don't need any extra numbers in there. So they're just saying, don't do any extra work. Do the least amount of work possible to get this polynomial. think that's about it. All right, let's look at number 2. We're going to start with 0 equals. If one of our solutions was -3, what would that look like in the polynomial? X plus 3. What about a solution of 0? There needs to be an x in front. So that solution of 0 came from a monomial in front. This is where the polynomial function of least degree comes into play. You want to make sure that's a plain x, not x squared, not x cubed, not x to the 5th, and not 2x, 5x. You want just plain ordinary x. All right, a solution of 2, that came from x minus 2. And a solution of 8 would come from x minus 8. Okay, this one, because there's 4 solutions, that means it's a 4th degree polynomial. It's going to end up being x to the 4th. So we have a little bit more work to do here. I would group the first 2 together and multiply those. Group the second 2 together, multiply those, and then multiply those 2 results together. The first one's a little bit easier. You're just distributing. We've got x squared plus 3x. The second one, we would have to double distribute. X squared minus 8x minus 2x plus 16. So that would be x squared minus 10x plus 16. Next step is to double distribute. So take your x squared. What's x squared times x squared? X to the 4th. X squared times negative 10x is negative 10x to the 3rd. And 16x squared. Three x times x squared would be 3x to the 3rd. Negative 30x squared. And 48x. When you combine like terms, we're naming this function f of x. We've got x to the 4th minus 7x cubed (16) and negative 30 is negative 14x squared. And then we've got 48x at the end. Write a polynomial f of least degree. That just means you don't want any extra x's in there. With a leading coefficient of 1. So when you multiply that x in there, it's just a plain x, not a 2x or a 3x. That has the given solutions, negative 3, 0, 2, and 8. Okay, I want you to pause and try number 3 on your own. Start by writing the 0 equals step for each of those solutions. Okay, how'd you do on this step? The negative 5 would be the x plus 5. The negative 2 solution would give us the x plus 2 in the polynomial. The 0 would give us the x in front. And the 1 would give us x minus 1. Next step is multiply two things together at a time. The order that you do this doesn't matter. If you want to multiply the x plus 5 and the x plus 2 together, multiply the x and the x minus 1 together, totally fine. The order does not matter. So take a moment and get that multiplied out. Then we're going to double distribute to get to our final answer. Okay, I'll be real with you. I'm not going to call number 4 a real-world problem because the chances of any of you having to do number 4 in the real world are very, very slim. But a candy factory needs a box that has a volume of 30 cubic inches. The width should be 2 inches less than the height, and the length should be 5 inches greater than the height. So I'm just going to draw out a candy box. Oh, I can still draw. That's good. Okay, the height, I'm going to call the height x. The width should be 2 inches less than the height. That would be x minus 2. And the length of the box should be 5 inches greater than the height. That's x plus 5. Volume is length times width times height. I know I didn't say those in the right order, but multiply the three things together, that's the volume. They want the volume to be 30 inches. 30 cubic inches, sorry. So here's the kicker. In order to solve this, we have to put it equal to 0. But in order to factor and solve, you have to first multiply out the left side. So this is one of those problems where first you have to multiply the left side out, then get one side equal to 0, then factor it again. So I'm going to pause the video just to save a little bit of time. Multiply out these three things. We've been working on that. Honestly, if you don't want to write this out, if you just want to wait until I have the answer written down, that's totally fine. So once I multiply that out, I have x cubed plus 3x squared minus 10x equals 30. In order to solve this, we have to have the right side equal to 0. So what we need to do is subtract 30 on both sides. That will give us x cubed plus 3x squared minus 10x minus 30 equals 0. How do we factor a polynomial that is 4 terms? Split it. The first group has x squared in common. The second group has negative 10 in common. So it's x squared minus 10 x plus 3. Okay, the main reason that we give you this problem is because sometimes we need to think about what these x-intercepts, what these solutions, what these zeros really mean. X plus 3 would give us the solution x equals negative 3. Can that box have a dimension of negative 3 inches? No, so that's not a real world answer. So we're going to ignore that part of our answer. X squared minus 10, you see x squared minus, you might think we could factor this more, but 10 isn't a perfect square. So we do x squared minus 10 equals 0, add 10 to both sides, and square root it. X equals the positive or negative square root of 10. Well, for real world situation, are we going to be looking at the negative square root of 10? Because that would be a negative number and we can't have a negative dimension, so no. We're just looking at the square root of 10, which is about 3.16. So the only solution here that's a positive number is approximately 3.16. So this particular box needs to have the dimensions 3.16 inches tall, 2 inches less than that for the width, and 5 inches more than that for the length. All right, your assignment is in Big Ideas Math. It is 4.5, Part 3.